preview show of the season. It's a sad moment, but we've got one more game to enjoy. We got a special guest joining the show. We're going to preview the Bengals Browns game and whatever the hell it could possibly mean coming up next on Blue Collar Bengals.
What's going on, Bengals fans? Just as Drew alluded to, this is our last regular season preview for this season. As we've stated, we're not going anywhere. We're going to be doing stuff during the off season. We'll let you know what that schedule looks like, and we will be back for the 2024/25 Bengals Super Bowl winning season with more content. Drew, how are we feeling today?
So we will be at, around in the offseason. We'll probably be at the Super Bowl. I'm going to start selling semen now, and just kind of build up the savings account, blood, plasma, semen, bone marrow, whatever they'll take out of my body and give me money for. I think I'm just going to put towards the Super Bowl fund. Hey, real quick, he just popped in the chat. I know. Wedge Gordon. Shout out Wedge Gordon. He won the custom Ted Karras Jordans today, I saw. What a pull, what a win, and what a deserving dude.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, no way. I cannot believe a collar Bengal regular won the Ted Karras shoes, dude. That's unbelievable. Couldn't have gone
One day I'm going to see Wedge just strutting through Sam's Club like the last time I saw him, and he's going to have the Drew Garrison Garage Beer shirt on with the Teddy K Jordans, and it's going to be a glorious day.
Yes, absolutely. Dude. So we do have a really special guest coming on, which we'll introduce him when he gets here. But before then, I was going to ask you something, but it completely slipped my mind. So I'll ask this. How are the Garage Beer t-shirt sales going? I don't need numbers, but I keep seeing people posting that they've gotten their shirts in the mail, and I'm just dumbfounded every time.
Yeah, dude. I'm getting like DMs and tags of people like either wearing them or like having the shirt like on a hanger is what Fravor sent. Wedge Gordon sent a picture of his. I got like 5 or 6 yesterday, and it's just hilarious to me. Cincy James from Rally Around the Natty wore his on his show. Shout out to him. And it's just it's hilarious to me that this is actually occurring in the real world. People have my face on their torso.
Well, I got mine, dude. It's a good, regardless of it being you, it's a good shirt. Like, it's a cool looking shirt. Like a dude chugging their product. You can't go wrong with that.
That marketing team they're good. They're good.
Absolutely. 100%.
Man, I'm spoiled.
Yeah.
This sucks. It feels like it's been a lifetime since like the 2020 season where you're at the end of the year and it's over. Like I planned on sitting starters this week, and this just sucks, man. It's sad.
Well, we might still be sitting starters this week, but not for
not for the reason that I was hoping for.
Yeah, it really does. What do you think about that? I mean, we got a little bit of time here before our guest comes on. Like, play them, sit them. What are your thoughts? Make yourself big real quick. I got to adjust something.
Make myself big. All right. How do I do that again? There we go. When it comes to playing or resting people, I think dudes that are healthy should play. I think that if you are contractually obligated to play for the Cincinnati Bengals and you are healthy enough, you should go. Now, Jamar Chase already came out and said that he is going to play. I don't know how much he's going to play. He's like 2 catches away from the franchise record. So I think if he gets that, he's probably going to sit it down. I don't know, the T. Higgins conversation's coming up, right? Because he's an impending free agent. We may have watched his last game as a Bengal. He hasn't practiced all week. I doubt that he does. I think you may be ready to come back in. Give me a thumbs up if you are. All right, you are ready to come back in. So I think that if you're healthy, you should play. T's banged up, got the hamstring injury. Good excuse to not play. If I mean, not knocking the guy, but he has a life changing summer coming up. He's got a life changing offseason coming up for himself. So if he's a little bit dinged up, he doesn't want to play. I get it. But everybody else, if you're healthy and you're ready to go, I think you should. Mark Fetters makes a good comment. He says he doesn't think Chase should play. And then he says, what if Chase blows an ACL or something? God forbid. And God forbid, we hope that doesn't happen. But
Knock on wood.
I understand it to an extent. So I guess I'm not too hard either way on either side of the argument. But my personal opinion is you're trying to avoid an embarrassment of an 0-6 division record. I don't care if it's Cleveland's backups or not. I mean, 1-6 in the division or 1-5 in the division is bad as it is. 0-6 is even worse. And then you want to try to have a winning season because the numbers have come out that the Bengals have played the fifth hardest schedule in the history of football based on a bunch of numbers I don't really understand, but some guy posted a graph. So take that for what it's worth. So I think it still can be a mark of somewhat of a successful season by getting to 9 wins with all of the injuries and bad shit that have happened and Burrow being, not able to walk for the first month of the year, stuff like that. So like I could see it, but like at the end of the day, if dudes are like, this is pointless, I don't want to risk blowing my knee out and missing the start of next year, I get that too.
I get it. I get both sides, but then my brain is like he could have blown his knee out last week. Do you know what I mean? Like football is football. Like, does it sting a little more if it were to happen? Injury were to happen during a so-called meaningless game? Okay, sure, but I tend to agree. I'm a prideful bastard, though. For me, if I was a player, I don't. I mean, I'm already rich. I don't think you would be able to stop me from playing. And maybe we're looking at a situation like with the Chiefs, right? Maybe they throw Kelsey out there so he can get his 1,000 yards with one reception, and then they sit him. Maybe they play Jamar. He gets whatever the record is, or whatever yardage or whatever he needs, and then all right, buddy, take a seat. Let's let Yoshi and some of these other guys get some reps. And that's where I'm torn. Is like, pride is huge for me, but then also it would be a cool idea to get some young guys some reps to see how they look, almost like an end of season preseason game. Like, you kind of had these guys play during the preseason and you saw who was made of what, so you could have them in the regular season. Now it's been a full rookie season for some of these guys. Let's do a checkup in a real live game situation at the end of the season. Have you improved? Has your skill set improved? Have you listened? Well, I don't know, from some of the young receivers, do you have your feet in the right spot? Are you tracking the ball better, like coaches told you to in practice? Could be a good well check, if you will, on some of the things they've been working on throughout the year.
Well, and here's the thing. This is effectively going to look like a preseason game for the Browns. I mean, you're not going to see Myles Garrett. You're not going to see Amari Cooper. You're not going to see Denzel Ward. It's a potential Jeff Driscoll revenge game. Former Bengal Jeff Driscoll getting the start. And I think Kevin Stefanski's just bored. He's like, I've won with 4, so I could play PJ Walker, who's been here all year and knows the playbook, but I'm going to throw Jeff Driscoll out there and see what he's got. So I think he's just like trying to win a record or something.
We'll ask our guest. Maybe he knows, but like just put in Walker. Like, I don't get that. Like, it's just like they're just trying to insult us. Here's our 4th string quarterback. Deal with that. Like, Jesus, they are an enigma to me this year. I don't know.
But I mean, like when you talk about the young guys, I like that idea because let's just be completely honest. There's a high chance that T. Higgins isn't here next year. There's, I would say, maybe even a higher chance Tyler Boyd isn't here next year. And that sucks. I hate to say that out loud, and I hope that that's not the case. I truly, truly do. I would love for Tyler Boyd to retire a Bengal. But if he's not going to, and I think that the Bengals probably by now have a pretty good pulse and idea of who's going to be in their plans for the future, right? Mm-hmm. So if Tyler Boyd's not, it's a double-edged sword because I want to go watch Tyler Boyd play his last game in Paycor Stadium and ball out. But do you put in Charlie Jones because people have said is Charlie Jones the slot receiver replacement for when Higgins or when Boyd leaves? So do you want to see him get some reps? If T can't go, which I don't think that he will, let's send Yoshi on some go balls. Let's have Yoshi play T Higgins position, use him like T Higgins, because some have said that they think that he was drafted to maybe step in when Higgins leaves. So if that's the case, let's play Yoshi, but let's use him like he's T Higgins and see what you got.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that idea. Yeah, like if he's the heir apparent, whether it's this year or a couple years down the line, use him exactly how you would T. I think Boyd is gone, unfortunately. Love Tyler Boyd. I've got a Boyd jersey. He's been amazing. One of the longest. He might be the longest tenured Bengal on the team right now.
He may be.
Yeah. But I think that money wise, they're going to attack T. I think he gets tagged and they just fist fight to try to get a deal done here before the season starts. Because asshole Mulugeta doesn't like to deal during the season. And I think if they can't get a deal done, he plays on the tag. The order of what I think is going to happen to T. Higgins is tagged, plays on the tag, tagged, they work a deal out for the season, tagged, traded, walk. That's how I see it, like from most likely to least likely happen. So
can't you only tag him twice, though?
You would only tag him once. I'm just talking about this year.
Oh. I thought you were saying like a sequence of years.
No.
Bad. I'm an idiot.
So most likely to least likely happen with him this year. That was what I was talking about. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't see him walking like Jesse Bates. They felt that sting before. He goes on. He plays his best season of football, and now he's in the Pro Bowl. Congratulations to him, by the way. That's awesome. There's no way they'll want to have that embarrassment happen again because T. Higgins is a beast. Wherever he goes, he's going to make headlines balling out. You know what I mean? And chances are he'd probably go to a bigger market team that gets that like spotlight. You know what I mean? Unlike we do. So I think he, no matter what, gets tagged. It's just a matter of whether the Bengals can work out a deal with his agent or does he play on the tag? You know what I mean? So we'll see.
Here's the thing. The Bengals don't like to negotiate in season either. And the Bengals have never, ever completed a second contract with a David Mulugeta client. They've done rookie deals, but after that, they've never gotten a deal done with him. So that's where I get nervous. But if anybody sees this, I'm sorry, but this is my opinion. If you cannot lock T. Higgins up long term by the middle of July, whenever the tag deadline is, you've got to turn him into every possible asset that you can. Can you get a first for him? Can you get a second for him? Can you get a couple, a package of picks? Is there a player that you think can add to the team? You can't let him walk and just get the comp pick like we did with an AJ Green, like we did with the Geno Atkins, like we did with the Jesse Bates. There were times where the Bengals could have moved those assets for a return in assets that's not just a third round comp pick. So that's kind of where I'm at. And we do have a alert text from Dad that has come through.
Ooh.
I baited him into it just so I could put this up on the screen. I made this right before the show. You can see some of my shoddy graphic design work. I kind of rushed it. I did not perfect it, but we do have a text from Dad because I baited him into it. He told me you should target Brock Bowers in the draft. And since we're not talking about the draft, I baited him into the Higgins talk. I said, do you keep Higgins at big money? And he said, yeah. So I baited him into it just so I could show him that graphic that I made for him. And I'll have to fine tune it because I noticed some screw ups.
Got him.
I just wanted to bring that. I just wanted to put that on the screen for him.
I love that. But like what you said, there's both of us here on Blue Collar Bengals want T. Higgins in stripes. Like, right?
Forever.
Yeah.
Till he retires.
Yeah. None of us want him to be traded now, like at all. But if all hell breaks loose and for some reason we cannot friggin' trade him. There are teams with very high draft picks that would love a T. Higgins on their team. The Patriots, the friggin' Giants. You've got, talk about Carolina. You've got all kinds of teams. Carolina on the back end at 33, but it would be another first, right? There are teams that take him. You know what I mean? So, like, it's doable. But we both want him here, so.
We have a special guest that just joined the lobby, and I can already tell that his outfit is hilarious, and it looks really, really cool. So, intro the man. He's a legend.
All right, it's Cleveland week. I am so excited. I talked to this gentleman on the regular. I think Drew does as well. He's a Cleveland legend. He's always doing silly shit, but it's good shit, and it makes for brilliant content. Bring him on. We've got Cleveland's own Sir Yacht.
Hey, thanks. I don't know if I'm a legend, but I appreciate you guys. It's always been fun having some fun discourse with you guys on Twitter. It's Ohio week. It's the Battle of Ohio. It doesn't matter for anybody now. I hate it. I wish it mattered, but it doesn't. But thanks for having me on.
Yeah, dude.
The backwards Flacco jersey that's quality.
Oh, do you want me? Actually, I didn't realize it was backwards. Let me take it off real quick.
Oh no.
Oh no. This is a setup if I've ever seen one.
It's a oh.
Oh.
Is that wait? Oh! I forgot I was wearing this shirt. I'm sorry. I'll put the shirt back on. I'm sorry.
From the top rope.
I'm sorry. I just forget what shirts I have on. I just forget what shirts I have on sometimes.
That's okay. You know what?
No. Oh no. What a setup. What can I do but just appreciate that setup? That was good. I got to chalk it up to that was just damn good.
Well, and my laundry skills are quite terrible. They're it's a very wrinkly shirt. I haven't worn it for like 2 years, but it's not really true, but it's just really fun to say. And people are like, oh, like, why do you hate Kentucky? I'm like, I don't hate Kentucky. And they're like, why do you hate Cincinnati? I'm like, I don't hate Cincinnati. They're like, what does it mean? I don't know. It's really close to
somebody's gonna see that and get really, really pissed off. And I live on Twitter, right? So I'm like, I just identify when somebody's doing a bit, and you just chalk it up for what it is because I do them about other teams too.
Everybody gets mad on Twitter anyways about everything. I'm eating nothing but the Costco hot dog meal this week, and people are mad at me for that. So you can get mad at anything. That. It's amazing.
How's that going? Was that like a Sunday through Sunday thing?
No, I started yesterday. I should have said for 7 days instead of a week. It's a little confusing. So I started yesterday, and the seventh day will be next Tuesday. Sorry, my mic keeps going out. There it is. I keep going. That last day will be next Tuesday. So for whatever reason, is this still going out?
No,
can you hear me?
Good. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you're good.
I think I'm having an aneurysm over here. I don't really know what's going on, but yeah,
we specialize in tech issues.
Yeah. So that's really cool. So I'm a little lightheaded right now. I just did like a 4-5 mile run walk, but like I'm only eating those meals a day. So it's not like I'm snacking. It's not like I'm having a drink or coffee or whatever. It's like literally the only things I'm eating are at Costco, and it's a hot dog and like a soda, and then water. I'll have water wherever, but that's it. That's literally it. So three times a day at Costco.
Hot dogs.
You're doing 4-mile runs powered by Costco? Sorry.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I better get a brand deal after this. We'll have to figure that one out. Yeah.
So it's not just the hot dogs. Can you order anything off the menu?
No, just the hot dogs. People are like, you should switch to pizza. You should switch to other things. And unfortunately, I make the rules, and it's just going to be the hot dog meal. So my stomach is an absolute war zone right now. So it's not been great so far. So I'm gonna have to put like some Pepto-Bismol and Tums into the equation as well.
Yeah, eventually you're gonna have to. Maybe that could be your next Cavs challenge. Every time they score, take a shot of Pepto-Bismol. Who knows? But so how do you come up with this stuff, man? Like, is it just I'm gonna do it?
Well, according to the people that hate me on Twitter, it's just because I don't have a job. Yeah, I think it's just not having a job is really important. You get a lot of free time with that. It allows you to just basically think of anything. But honestly, so content is my job. people are like shocked that you can have it as a job. It doesn't feel like a job. Obviously, I'm eating hot dogs like right now. So I don't know. I do a lot of brainstorming. I do a lot of walks and runs, and like when I'm driving, I just like will brainstorm and write ideas down like on my iPhone or like a notebook or whatever. And I have like a spreadsheet of ideas as well. And I don't know. I don't really know how I do it. I just do it. I just look at things and I think of things. And I'm like, oh, that'd be funny if I did that. Or like, I think the biggest thing too is like, if you like, you're like, oh, it'd be really cool if somebody did this and nobody's doing it. You're like, oh, well, I might as well do it. So that's kind of like half the time. That's why, oh, somebody should eat a lime. I should do that. I don't actually do that, but for some ideas I do.
I respect the having content as a job because I'm trying to figure out how the hell I can do that.
You guys are funny, Drew. You are hilarious too. I love the interactions with Pat McAfee on occasion. It's you guys are very, very good at what you do.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
I actually, I don't know the time frame, but I remember when you tweeted out, guess what, guys, I'm doing this full time. I've been following you since your original account, and then you had to do the start over and everything. I mean, what was that like? That had to be kind of scary.
Yeah, that was weird. Well, especially since I wasn't as diversified as I am now. Like I had TikTok, that was my biggest, always has been, but I didn't really have Instagram or YouTube or Facebook or anything like that. So it was just like, it was really scary because I just kind of gone full time in content, and then I got the account got suspended because I tweeted out a video of like a Baker Mayfield hype video that had like a Machine Gun Kelly song on it, and they copyrighted that, and then somebody copyrighted like 4 videos from like 2018 that I had no idea I even posted.
Does that mean Machine Gun Kelly copyrighted you? Because that is not the man that I threw up on in 2010. If he did.
You threw up on MGK in 2010? That's another story.
Tell it. Tell the story.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to hear this story.
All right. Very quick story. Me and my buddies have actually been following Machine Gun Kelly since like the ground floor, like rapping at the fair over the funnel cake video that kind of started blowing him up. So fast forward, I think it's 2010. I'm like, maybe a little bit later. I don't know. I'm around like 19. Get super, super drunk on the way down there. Miami, Oxford, a place called The Woods. Drink a bunch of Goldschlager, being an idiot. Convince the bartender it's my 21st birthday, no ID. Pound of Natty Lights, being a 20-year-old dumbass. And then show starts. We're like jumping around, going crazy. And then I start getting the feeling in the gut that something's going to go wrong. And you probably know Slim G, his like hype man buddy that's on the stage with him, hands me a cup of water. Apparently I looked like I needed water. So I downed it. And the next thing I know, here it comes. I am vomiting on the stage. I get thrown out, and it's not like they politely escorted me out, kind of the Ron White thing. Like they hurled my ass out the door. And then this is before Facebook, Instagram, TikTok Live, all that. Machine Gun Kelly got on Ustream, if you guys are familiar with that.
Oh my God.
And I commented, I'm like, yo, I threw up on you last night. I'm so sorry. And he's like, oh, that guy threw up all over my chucks and it got all over the crowd when I crowd surfed. That was awesome. So that's the story.
Wow. That is an incredible story. The comment from 17th Son that says, haha, Drew, that's incredible. I want to throw up on him too. That's a good comment. There you go.
Oh God. Oh. He did. He came off with that. And Wedge Gordon is a big fan of our show, always watching. He says he respects you for the chili chug.
Oh, yeah.
Chili chug back.
That was fun. Yeah, because what was it? Ryan Finley playing against the Steelers. And I like just put something out for fun. Because, dude, they were like 15-point underdogs against the Steelers. Like nobody outright even thought that was a possibility. Ryan Finley, like whatever. So I was like, man, if this happens, like I'll go to the Ohio River and or Paul Brown Stadium or whatever and chug a can of Skyline chili in the middle of the night. And it happened. And I was like, it was like 1 a.m. And I was like, all right, I guess I got to go. So I went to Cincinnati, chugged a can of Skyline chili, and then was back in my bed at 8 a.m. in Cleveland. So it was fun.
That's impressive. And the culprit, I got my buddy's a big Browns fan. He is revealing the culprit of my Machine Gun Kelly vomit in the chat. There's a buddy of ours named David. It's all his fault.
Fed's watching.
Tell the story.
Fed's watching.
But man, you have a really, really cool online presence. You have done so much really cool stuff, man. And like as a guy like me, I kind of got into the game late. I'm trying to figure out how I can make my way in it, so I appreciate it. But we can try to find a way to talk some football about this like preseason type game for you guys. Because like
yeah.
Is Myles Garrett even going to come Like, do they want to risk him on a bus?
Yeah. It would be like the most Browns thing ever for somebody to be like they hurt their ankle on the bus or whatever. It just feels really weird because like I'm so used to the Browns getting blown out by the Steelers like third string in the season finale, or just watching them like try to play spoiler with somebody else. And now it's like we are resting. And oh, by the way, Joe Flacco is our quarterback, a guy who we hated in Cleveland and who you guys hated in Cincinnati for a decade. It's like, what the hell is going on? So it's I'm just kind of taking it moment by moment, and whoever shows up, that's great. Also, how about Jeff Driscoll? Your boy Jeff Driscoll is going to start. That imagine being PJ Walker and being like, we don't trust you enough to play in a meaningless game that does not matter. We're just going to pick up this guy that we just got off the practice squad who doesn't even know the playbook, and he's going to start. Like that kind of sucks.
I think he's just toying with people. I think he wants to win with 5 quarterbacks so nobody can ever beat it.
Oh, get the record. I like that. Driscoll revenge game? Maybe.
You never know, man.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ, please no.
Oh no.
That's a tough comment. That's a tough comment.
So
I don't think it's like that. I think that would be worse. I don't think that would be accepted also. I don't think that would have gone over very well.
No.
Yeah, that's a little different.
The only other guy is you could have maybe gone and gotten Andy Dalton or something crazy like that. But so
yeah,
like you've got all these quarterback switches. The joke has always been, oh my God, the Browns have a million quarterbacks. That guy online has that hilarious jersey with all the names on it. I think that's great. What is Flacco mania? The almost Linsanity style of this guy coming in and doing great things for you. What has that been like in Cleveland?
It's honestly been so funny because the common joke is just like, this guy is here, like he's the one leading us to, potentially the promised land, potentially. I mean, I would be like, we're playing with house money right now. If we win a playoff game, I'm going to be very, very happy. I mean, we don't win playoff games, so of course I'm going to be happy. But if we imagine this team goes to the Super Bowl, like that's crazy. And then you got to obviously make a decision next season. But the sentiment in Cleveland is just like pinching ourselves. Is this really happening? Like at one point when Deshaun went down, he was out for the season. Everybody was basically like, well, it's probably over. Maybe this team can get to the playoffs because they got a really good defense. Either PJ Walker, Dorian Thompson-Robinson can lead us there. But now it's like, holy cow, Joe Flacco came out of nowhere. It's kind of like, Cincinnati and Cleveland are kind of like underdog towns. So it's like, this Joe Flacco guy who we always hated is like been counted out the past few seasons. He's an underdog. So kind of like he's kind of really embodied like Cleveland, which is so weird. Like his kids wanted Cleveland Browns stuff for Christmas. It's this like weird universe we're in, and it doesn't make any sense. So I try not to think about it. I just focus on like the day-to-day thing, and it's he's really loved in Cleveland. Everybody loves him, and he's balled his ass off. It's been crazy.
It's really cool, and you have the Flacco jersey. The Browns were giving them out. I want to talk about that as well as another question, which I'll let you get to. But it's nuts, and it's reminiscent of when we took, oh my God, and I'm forgetting his name, Steelers linebacker, bald, crazy, 50.
James Harrison?
It's reminiscent of when we had James Harrison for a year on our team, which is, and it's not the same thing because Flacco is chucking 300-yard games up, and Harrison was kind of at the twilight of his career coming over. I've got a James Harrison Bengals jersey that I wear to Pittsburgh games to kind of upset their fan base. Shit starter. But that's the only way I can really relate to it. And I know we have Mike Hilton, who's a former Steeler, but like Flacco was this prolific guy in Baltimore, probably a Hall of Famer when it boils down to it. And now he's back in the AFC North playing for Cleveland. It's just, to me, it's so wild. And it's become a feel-good story, really, honestly. And I know I go back and forth with Cleveland fans, but there's Ohio love. And part of me's like, they got a Super Bowl defense, man. It'd be kind of neat to see them make a run.
Dude, it's so weird. Like, especially when you're getting like comments like you just said, and especially even from like Steelers and Ravens fans. So I feel like Browns and Bengals fans do not hate each other as much as we hate the Steelers and Ravens. Like, there's definitely a rivalry there, but I would say I definitely do not. I hate the Steelers and I hate the Ravens. But to get like comments from like Steelers fans and Ravens fans, and just to have them basically be like, we, hope that Joe Flacco and you guys do well is like it's another weird thing. Again, like there's so many weird things that are kind of going on. Craig Walkup says, try that Waldo BS in my stadium and see what happens.
You're great.
Yeah, I'm like 90% sure that's a burner. Actually, I've seen that one, but I'm 90% sure that's a burner.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it's definitely a burner. Craig, I'm gonna probably try it anyways. But thanks anyways. I'm probably
he just hit you with like a try that in a small town.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, that's funny.
Man. Are you game right?
Yeah, I'll be at the game. I'm trying to figure out what to do down there the night before, but yeah, I'll be around. I'm looking forward to it. I always love being in Cincinnati. It's a great place. The 3 C's. I have a good time at all of them.
Yeah, we'll be down there. Now, I'm guessing you were there at the Thursday night game when they clinched the playoff spot.
Yes, I was.
So this is my buddy. He's a Browns fan. He's from Dayton. They actually went up. He said it was the most insane Browns game he's ever been to. Was it maybe like the peak home game in your Cleveland career?
Yeah. The atmosphere I can compare it to would be when the Browns also played the Jets on Thursday Night Football in 2018 when Baker came in. It was his first game because that was like the first game they'd won in 20 tries, and you couldn't walk anywhere downtown. Like it felt like they won a championship. Like the Cavs had just won a championship 2 years ago. The Indians at the time almost won the World Series. So it felt very similar to all those things. And it's like, guys, we just won a game. But that's how big of a deal it was. Like, no matter what, like, this is just going to be a Browns town. Like, Cleveland will always be like that. So that's the atmosphere I can compare it to. And I 100% agree with him. It was honestly the best game I'd ever been to in my entire life. The game itself was great, the first half more so than anything. But the moment, just like being able to clinch a playoff game, not in the season finale, like the fact that we can kind of just chill right now and I can go down to Cincinnati and have a good time. I did wish there were some stakes to it. Like I would have liked to see like Cincinnati have a chance to make the playoffs as well, just to give stakes to the game. But now it's just going to be kind of laid back, like you said, kind of a preseason vibe.
Yeah, but I don't get me wrong, I don't want to see the Browns do all that well. Like, not to be a dick, but like that's the way it is. But like I don't hate them as much. I don't hate them as much as I hate Pittsburgh. I don't hate them as much as I hate Baltimore. I've always looked at us as kind of like cousins that have a rivalry, but like every now and then we like team up against like a worse guy. So it's like we're out of it. So like Cleveland's going. So like let's see what they do. But I'm going to want the AFC South to knock you out round 1. But if you don't, I would love to watch you embarrass Baltimore.
Yeah,
I would love it. Yeah, Flacco go into Baltimore and just embarrass them.
No, you're not. I mean, you're not an ass or anything like that for rooting for your team and not wanting your division rivals to do well. Like that's the most bizarre thing in college football when people are like, oh, like Ohio State fans were like, I'm rooting for Michigan today because I want the Big Ten to do well. It's like, no, I don't give a fuck if Big Ten does well or not. I want Michigan to lose. Absolutely not. So no, you should want your division rivals to not win. Like that's totally fine.
Michigan's winning the Natty.
I know. Are you guys both Michigan fans?
Just me.
No, okay. I'm afraid. There you go. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm afraid it's gonna happen. Like I feel like I should bet Michigan just so it's like jinxed. I might do that, Drew. I'm sorry. I'm kind of a curse when it comes to betting. So we'll see.
Me too.
I don't know if it's gonna. I don't like Washington's good. Michael Penix obviously is fantastic. But every time I've counted Michigan out, they just kind of soar to the occasion. So we'll see. I don't know. I feel like they might win it too.
So we're gonna have to link up Sunday. Then we're gonna have to say what's up to each other. We can show you kind of show you around some of the tailgate spots, and you can chug unidentified liquor out of a gas can if you want. They might let you. Depends on what you're wearing.
Dude, that'd be crazy. Here's the thing though, I can't have anything, not even like alcohol. I literally can only have water in the Costco hot dog meal. Originally, I'm going down and doing a video with the Ohio Lottery just for like a brand deal thing. But originally I was gonna chug like Skyline chili for like every touchdown from both sides. Like I was just gonna chug it out of a can for every touchdown.
Oh God.
But I was like, I'm doing the Costco hot dog meal thing. So I guess I'll save that for another time next year. But
so
yeah.
Will you go to Costco and maybe get some to-go dogs to bring with you, or you just
Yeah, I'll probably get like 4 hot dogs and just like periodically have them. So yeah, I'll probably have a cold glizzy at some point after the game. It's gonna be really sad, but
Oh, the cold glizzy, that's rough.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I understand why people don't like me because it's like, why the fuck is this guy doing this? Like, it's so stupid. Like everything he does. Like, I understand people think it's cringe or whatever. It's like sometimes I think I'm what the fuck am I doing? I don't even know. So I understand people don't like me. People are like,
No,
does that bother you? I'm like, no, not. I mean, I get it. So
you're a content machine, so fuck them, man. Everything you put
nice.
out, yeah, 100%.
I appreciate it.
I mean, God, you biked across the
whole state.
Yeah, the whole state. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you hate somebody for doing that, get off your ass and do it yourself. That's what I say.
I mean, the biggest thing is like if you hate something online, like you don't have to look at it. Like, I mean, sometimes like I'll respond to something or quote something if it has to do with like the Browns or whatever. If, like I see some like content out of it, but if I see something I don't like, I just don't really. I like go look at something else, or I just get offline. Like I go touch grass. It might be hard to believe, but I do touch grass on occasion, and it is quite nice and quite fresh. And yeah, I just don't understand why people get like mad at somebody, especially if it's not affecting you. Like if it's somebody doing something, yeah, it might be weird. It might be something you don't like, but like if it's not affecting you, like who cares? Like why?
Yeah,
I tell people all the time that Twitter has a feature where you can actually just scroll past something if you don't agree with it.
Oh, I didn't know.
A lot of people don't. You might have to get premium for that.
Does it not just stay on the screen like the one?
No. You just bam, it's gone. I get the like I'm unfollowing you. I'm blocking you. Like, don't blame you. Understand, but you don't have to tell me. Just do it.
Yeah, just go do it. I get it. Whatever. You don't have to like. I put out a lot of stuff like, and if you don't like seeing it, you don't have to. Like, so that's the beauty of it. You have the freedom to not see it. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, again, we love your content, but so we like we said, we got the Battle of Ohio coming up, and it's an interesting game. It's like Drew said, it's kind of a preseason game. You already mentioned it's Jeff Driscoll playing. I mean, how do you see the game going realistically? In your head, Sunday, final whistle's blown. You've got a cold Costco hot dog in your pocket. Fair. How did that day go? How did the game go on the field?
I mean, I would love for the Browns to finish 12-5 because I couldn't even tell you the last time they went 12-5. I mean, well, never because there's 17 games, but like 12 wins in a season. I couldn't tell you the last time that happened. Do I think they're going to win? I'm not sure. The Bengals have given a lot of teams fits with Jake Browning. But also they've had their struggles as well. So, I mean, weirdly enough, I could see it being like a very low scoring game, maybe like a 13-10 type of game. I'm gonna get if I don't pick the Browns, I'm gonna get fucking hated on. So whatever, I'm gonna get hated on no matter what. So I'll pick the Browns so that I don't get hated on by people and I don't get called a fake Browns fan again, even though I feel like that's impossible. But I think that's an oxymoron. But whatever. Yeah.
It kind of is what it is, man.
Yeah. I don't know,
well, I don't have anything else for you, man. I'll let you get back to your night of probably just waiting on
dinner.
Costco.
Dinner.
Yeah. I was reading somebody. There's a different comment from Craig. I don't know if that's a different Craig. There's a guy. There's just mad Craigs all in the chat tonight.
Lot of yeah. I think it's the same Craig. Yeah, he's I love how we just had a conversation about like if you don't like something, like you don't have to pay attention to it, and he's just like he's wasting so much time. Like
we appreciate Craig watching though. We're new. We're trying to grow this thing. We appreciate people tuning in.
No, not you guys, but me. Like he's wasting it on me, but he must be a big fan of you guys. So we appreciate you for that, Craig. I'm conflicted right now, to be honest with you. But
yeah, dude. Seriously, we'll give you your time back here. We appreciate it. Whatever you're doing Sunday, whether it's Waldo or I don't know, Street Down Freedom Way for content. We hope we can link up with you. You've got our pages. DM us. Let us know. I'd love to film a video with you or get a picture with you. And you can't have a beer, and I'd rather not share a Costco hot dog with you as much as I like you. Sorry, but
No, I mean, but at that point, I will not want to eat any more hot dogs as well. That'll be like 5 or 6 days in. But yeah, no, definitely. Let's meet up and do something. That'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to getting down to the game. It'll be a blast on Cincinnati. Who knows what happens? I also I don't know how to talk to like division rivals ever, because it's like, I want to win. Obviously, like I want to be like amped up, but it's like I hope you guys have fun too, but you don't win.
Yeah.
I don't know, like how do you say it? I don't know, whatever.
This is just my go hang out with all the people I like to hang out with at the stadium before the game. Enjoy one more, because I know a month from now I'm going to be missing the hell out of it. So that's my motivation to go.
Yeah, no, it's for sure. And I'll have to fold this shirt and put it back in. I won't be wearing the Kentucky shirt on Cincinnati. I'm not trying to get my ass beat.
That might ruffle some feathers. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's why you do it over over Zoom and like 250 miles away. So that's what tough guys do. So that's why I did that.
Awesome, man. We appreciate it. We'll catch you Sunday, man.
Hey, thanks so much, guys. I've been love everything you do, and looking forward to Sunday. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.
Yep, keep killing it, man.
All right.
I might have cut him out a little early. And I got our view all messed up. See, we need a producer. We need a tech guy. I'm trying. There we go. Why did we switch sides? It's throwing me off. I'm putting it back. I'm just putting it back. No offense. I'm just putting it back.
Okay, that was Sir Yacht, or Yacht, as I've come to affectionately call him. At this point, I know he's a Browns fan, but I call him an internet buddy. He's someone we regularly interact with. Glad he could make it on the show. What did he say? Like 13-10 Browns. I think that was his score prediction.
Yeah, like a low scoring affair.
I respect it. It's once again probably, I know there's only 17 games, 18 games, but it feels like the 37th battle of the backups that we've been in this.
Yeah.
So that'll be an interesting one. So let's talk our side of the ball here. I feel like he talked his side of the ball a little bit. We've got Jake Browning playing, I assume. I've seen a few tweeting out, why not see what AJ McCarron can do? You don't really roster that many quarterbacks. I don't really think we need to. I think you let Browning round out the season. We don't know who's playing yet. So let's you and I talk like everybody's playing. How about that? What do you think our offense looks like against the the Browns defense is good. They've got depth even. So what do you think?
I gotta address the AJ McCarron thing. Why are people saying like, well, why don't we just see what we have in AJ McCarron? Well, like, he's 33 years old.
Yeah.
Like, he's been here. He's been around the league. He's been around for like a decade. Like, we don't need to see what we have in AJ McCarron. Like, AJ McCarron is a practice squad emergency quarterback. That's what he is. No shade at the guy. He's 33 years old. Like, we know what AJ McCarron is. I would rather get another game of reps for Browning, who's going to be our backup next year.
Oh yeah.
And he deserves it.
Yep.
So I mean, if the Bengals are playing everybody that they got, all hands on deck, they should beat this team, because I don't know who the hell is going to play defense for Cleveland. Martin Emerson, one of the best corners in the league, not going to play. Denzel Ward, one of the top corners in the league, not going to play. Myles Garrett, fucking alien, not going to play. So, like, this isn't shade to anybody on the second string of Cleveland's defense or anything, but I don't know who in the hell they are. So, like, the Bengals should win that game pretty easily, wouldn't you think?
I agree. If our starters are playing, how do you lose? Do you know what I mean? Like, I know we've lost some stupid games, but like, how on earth would it happen? So if we win, man, I see not a blowout, but a blowout. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I kind of feel that way. And we got another good one more for the old man. One more text from Dad just came through. He says that people are clamoring for AJ McCarron to play because they hope they show his wife on television, because Brent Musburger was damn near pleasuring himself over that woman during a college football national championship game a while back.
Yep. I respect it.
Do you remember that? Musburger's just like, they're like, my God, would you look at her? It's like, you dirty old man.
I do. Yeah. God, that's some creepy ass content on this. But yeah. This if you have that thought of Bakarin playing, just throw it out of your head. He's not playing. I think our offense does work if everybody plays. If they don't play, I think that our young guys still do work because I think that they want to win one more. I'm not sure who's going to be out there on our defense, but if our starters play, I don't think Jeff Driscoll is going to put up numbers on us, and I don't know who the hell they're going to put as their feature back in this game, but I think our guys will be able to handle second and third stringers. And I don't know if I honestly I see a situation where we score 17 or 21 and the Browns have 3 on the board and it's the fourth quarter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's so much Craig discussion in the chat. Craig, we like you, I think. Well, maybe we don't. I don't know. And then Frab Film says this was the most awkward broadcast ever. I'm sorry, I don't know what we did wrong, but chances are it's probably not going to get better because we are idiots. But I thought it was fun to get some talk from the other side of the other side of the coin. The guy does, a lot of quirky stuff that people might hate on, whatever. But that dude, hey, he's getting money and he's living off being an idiot on the internet, and that's cool as hell.
We're at, what are we at now?
Frav was talking about Musburger, not us. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, okay, there we go. That makes sense. We're over the 45-minute mark. Our target is always 5 to 50 minutes. Let's talk about one more thing. Before we do score predictions, Cincy hat, Ted Karras. My phone. I had to turn off my buzz notification on my phone because of the amount of Walter Payton Man of the Year, Karras, Ted Karras, however you did it, tweets I was getting tagged in on 2 days of the double vote thing, right? Like my wife was like, can you, I swear to Christ, I'm going to throw your phone out of our home. It won't stop buzzing. So I figured out how to kill it. I've got it back on so I can, be obsessed with it again. But how about the voting, dude? I mean, you had players tweeting it out. You brought the graphic up, the golden graphic, I've come to call it. You had news media. You had fans devoting their blood, sweat, and tears to typing that freaking hashtag out. Almost did it. That hashtag out, and it was so awesome. And even with the Eagles having a Lane Johnson jersey giveaway and it having 9,000 quote tweets, we're still in first place.
Yeah.
And those 9,000 counted as double. And we're still in first place. That's how hard this fan base has worked for Cincy Hat and Ted Karras, dude.
And like I told people on the last show, it's not really about bragging rights. It's not about anything. It's about getting $35,000 to the village of Marici and giving Ted Karras a deserved award. And I'm sure he doesn't give a shit about the personal accolade side of it, just because that's how the kind of guy he is. But man, what a response! Bengals were giving stuff away. Joe Burrow put the tweet out, which is always a big one. Orlando Brown, T. Higgins, lots of guys, really getting behind it. Got let's see, this is the 3rd, right?
Yeah.
So we got till the 8th. So we've got about 4.5, 5 days, however you want to call it, left to really drive it home. I know some people are like, man, this hashtag's everywhere. It be like that. Sorry, you can mute the hashtag if you want to. I didn't because I like to see it and repost it. But, the same thing on your timeline a whole bunch for a couple more days. You'll be all right, folks. It'll be fine. And then people with developmental disabilities in Indianapolis will have, a little bit more funding to work with for the great thing that he does. So yeah, man. Keep driving that stuff home. Today is the 4th. Tony Taphorn just told me that. He's told me in their chat earlier that I have an extensive tech guy resume also. Just because I didn't put your comment on the screen doesn't mean I don't appreciate it, Tony. I like you. You're hilarious. And today is the 4th. I'm a moron. But yeah, it's about time to wrap it up so we can both go be dad. Score prediction. I'm going to let you go first this week.
I've got, honest to God, I think it's going to end. And I think it's going to be 21-9 Cincinnati. Cleveland's going to
21-9, 3 field goals.
Yeah, 3 field goals. I think that's how it's going to happen.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm going to go 24-10 Bengals. I think that just Cleveland can't be playing anybody that's any good. They've been decimated by injury all year long, and they're still standing at the end of it. So, like, they can't play anybody that's any good. They might practice squad guys, stuff like that. So I feel like the Bengals are going to do their thing. Zach Taylor's probably going to run his normal offense, all that stuff. So I feel like the Bengals win it pretty handedly, and it's not like it means all that much or anything like that. But I can't imagine Cleveland putting anybody out there that they think could possibly be any good for their program. So that's the way that I look at it.
Yeah, I think we win this one. No matter what, I just, if we lose, I don't know. If we lose, I'm not even going to tweet about it. You'll see a mock draft on my account.
No, if we lose, you got to find Sir Yacht and take a bite of the cold glizzy.
Oh God, Jesus, that would suck.
And he probably kept it in his pocket the whole game.
God,
so it might be warm, but it's like body heat. Ugh.
Gross.
Time to go.
I think that's all we got. If we leave with one more thing, it's like, subscribe, share with your friends. This season, our goal really for the show was to just get content on the page. We haven't really reached out to anybody like besides Cincy Hack, because we love them, for advertisements. We're talking to some people that reached out to us. But again, in the off season, we're really going to work to make this thing a polished turd. Right now, content on the page. So like, share, subscribe. Please continue to vote for Ted Karras on Twitter. Just because the double days are over doesn't mean we don't still need to vote. And if you do, and is the tattoo contingent on whether we win the Twitter challenge or he wins Walter Payton Man of the Year?
Him winning the award. If he wins the award, tattoos are on, is the understanding that I have.
Okay, me as well, because there's the Twitter challenge, and then there's these votes, and then other people deciding the award and everything like that, right? Am I wrong, or am I saying that right?
I believe so. I think that is accurate.
Okay, cool. And we'll clarify that. But vote. That's all I got. It's Cleveland week. I am a little cooler than I was last episode. Not bad at Cleveland as I was. So let's go have a fun football game. Hoo-day.
Yes, sir. And I want to get this last thing in, and I'll roll the outro. We eclipsed over 100 live viewers across all platforms for the first time earlier in the show. I meant to shout that out. So shout out to everybody that tuned in for this. The chat rolling always makes for good conversation. If we don't get you up there every time, we apologize. There's a lot more chat than I think I would have expected. So we love you guys. We got one more game recap show coming for you guys next week. We'll see you then.